Alright, what's up everyone? Chris Bushman back here, and I am, see, I have a little bit of a lower camera going on here. Sorry, it's not aiming at the monitor. That's because we're going to do a little bit of Project Cars today. Got some of the demo videos playing right now, having hooked up to the Rift. So, not as much of the Oculus Touch today, but we're still going to use the Rift here, and I'm going to see how this demo's out with the videos playing right now. What I got going on here? So I'm just going to double check this here. Make sure my stream is still good. So the stream is still doing pretty good. Awesome. That's good to hear. And let's see how this demo's out with the but yeah, regardless, we're going to give this a go and see how it works for the stream. Awesome. Yeah. So I'm going to dive right into the headset here and we're going to do it to it. I got my Logitech G29 here with shifter, which I can actually give you a first person view maybe of what I got going on. We're doing to it. I got my sort of. So I won't be doing much shifting today with the shifter, but I do have that available. I just haven't gotten used to it yet. Got the wheel. Underneath got pedals. Sort of. And you got me. So I won't be doing much shifting today with the we're going to do it to it though. We're going to do some racing, and hopefully at least this angle gives you an idea of what the I want to sort of show what the actual tension of the wheel looks like. I think this might be a decent angle for racing, and hopefully at least this angle gives you an idea of what the menus are going a little crazy as I'm hitting stuff. So yeah, I'm just going to dive right in and see what happens. Actual tension of the wheel looks like. Alright, so right now we got quick track selection. Menus are going a little crazy as I'm hitting stuff. So you got that. I'm just going to dive right in and see what happens. Alright, so right now we got a quick track selection. That guy here. I use my, I gotta return pedals here. Brake track? No, not so much. I use my pedals here. Let me make sure I got my wheel where I need to be first. Because I've been doing some switching around with the looks like there's enough cursor is where it needs to be. Let me make sure I got my wheel and Project Cars here first. Because I've been doing some switching around with the I need to use the mouse. So looks like there we go. So we're in a quick race here. I believe I have my wheel set up here. I actually didn't test it beforehand like I should have, so we'll see if my wheel is all jacked up. So it's a little difficult right now with the Rift because there's some controls I found stuff to do with the mouse and keyboard. This is the first time I've used the Rift with my two sensor setup, so I'm not sure what the proximity of the wheel is going to be looking like. It might be a little too close, but we're going to find out. Oh, that's not too bad. Okay. Sensor setup, so I'm not sure what the proximity of the wheel. Alright, so a little choppy in terms of gameplay right now. And it might be because of the stream. Because usually it's a little bit smoother when I move the sound away from my ear so I can actually talk a little bit. But you can see, yeah, I mean, that's choppy. But right now the wheel is already fighting me. Usually it's a little bit smoother. But what's cool about at least playing Project Cars with the Rift when the settings are not being hampered by the streaming. I got a little tearing in the middle too. Whoa! Is unlike in say a 3-screen setup where you have to sort of judge your distance and surroundings by the screens themselves. I can actually look over the track a bit to see where I'm at, even though I'm not very good at it as of yet. It gives you the opportunity to downshift here a little bit. It gives you the opportunity to start looking over your points on these turns instead of having to rely on just a 2-dimensional image. So you get a better perspective of the race itself and your surroundings rather than having to sort of guess it with a 2-dimensional image, which you usually get with a monitor. So you get a better perspective of the race itself here. I noticed so far with my current setup, which I'm using a 4 gigahertz 8-core AMD AM3 socket processor with the RX 480 8 gig memory version of the Radeon RX 480 card. That about medium settings on VR for Project Cars is about as high as I can go. And that's also with like 32 gigs of DDR3 RAM. So a lot of memory, a lot of horsepower to run the Rift. A lot of horsepower to, by this point, stream and run Project Cars also. Project Cars are a sort of a demanding game. But cool effects, you can see some of the sunlight there and everything. Again, you can see some of my surroundings, all that good stuff. Alright, getting the 6th gear here so I don't get passed by everyone. Take note of how the actual HUD looks. A way of integrating some of those HUD features without getting too much in the way of my vision, because you know that's sort of at a premium when you're playing VR. You don't want too many moving elements to sort of make yourself sick, as well as having enough visibility to sort of see what's going on and appreciate the atmosphere more or less, but the actual depth that you can play with the Oculus and the Vive as well. I would anticipate, given the system requirements for the Vive, that it's probably less taxing on the system overall, so you might be able to squeak out a little more performance compared to the Rift here. So that might be an advantage. I haven't used the Vive myself yet, but that's something I sort of anticipate. And of course, if you have a better video card than what I got going on here, or maybe even overclock the CPU a little bit, you might be able to pull off some streaming while using the VR like this. But even like with the choppy frame, which isn't ideal at all, mind you, but when I'm usually playing at about at least above 30 frames, it looks pretty dang good in VR. Even with some of the settings knocked down, so not as pristine with all the graphical effects that you would have with graphical effects that you'd have with just playing it as a flat image in the monitor or something.
Great driving, mate. You've just taken 2 cars. Brilliant work.
Graphical effects that you have with
awesome job. We're now in the top 10. We're off to some points and keep digging.
We're digging now. But, was that it? Did I finish in 9th? Yep. Alright. But what I appreciate is the idea that I can look around me, I can look at my wheels and what's happening below me. I mean, you can see sort of down this area, parts of the cars, cables. You can see my body here. I got some huge legs. Damn, dude. Wheels, wheel axles, all of that. And you can see behind me. It's a really cool effect. Huge legs. Damn, dude. And just, with a few adjustments, you can really make this a smooth experience without having to do what I've been doing, which is right now streaming with this, and it makes it taxing on the system, and there's no doubt about it. And just, with a few adjustments, but it's really cool. This actually, I've only done most of the kart racing right now. I haven't been able to dip too much into Project Cars yet. I had this game since it came out, but I never had a system until I got the VR rig set up. So, yeah, it's been kind of like that. Let's see what we got going on here. What other cars have we got? What should we use here? I should try something else to really get into this. All these are nice. Caterhams, oh. I should try something else to really get into this. You know what? The 7 Classic, I'm gonna have to do that. Absolutely. All these are nice. Let's see how a souped-up go-kart more or less handles on this. You know what? The 7 Classic, I'm gonna have to do that. I don't know if I can do it in chat right now because I can't see a thing. So one downside. Let's see how can't see anything in the chat, but that's okay. We're gonna sort of do it to it. Oh yeah. So one downside. I can see my RPM on the dials there. Oh, that's so cool. Oh. Yes. Got my rearview mirror there. Oh, yes. That's so cool. Alright, so this is cool. Yes. Got a rearview mirror there. Oh, yes.
Okay, we've Need to respect the track limits and keep it on the island.
You're right, that's my bad. I got a little too aggressive there. I am not a very good racer as of yet. Oh, the brake. The brake is brutal on this. So, one thing I've noticed with Project Cars, and that's something I have to go through right now, is the progression they set you through is not like, when I think of Gran Turismo, for example, the progression they set you through is a number of easier tracks. A lot of tracks are very similar to what they've had in past games and such, where some simple circuits, and you start getting into more complex tracks, ones with grading, things like that. A lot of tracks are very similar to what they've had in past games and such, where simple circuits, and you start getting into more complex tracks, ones with grading. But I notice with Project Cars, on the other hand, it tries to take you through not only a progression of tracks, but a progression of types of vehicles themselves. So they actually start you with the go-kart to get used to what it's like to race and get those fundamentals down for yourself. Even like with me driving the Caterham here, way different handling, and I don't have any kind of racing etiquette or anything in my habits of racing yet, so it's difficult for me to really race in an optimal way. The go-kart makes it nice and easy. There's a lot more room to work on the track in my habits of racing yet, so it's difficult for me to really race in an optimal way. The go-kart move. Come on, move. So that's something I do like about Project Cars in terms of progression. I haven't played too many deeper racing sim games. Like, I know even Project Cars in the car sim world isn't exactly a super deep racing game or a super deep car sim, but it's more of still kind of an arcadier feel for the genre, kind of like, again, your Gran Turismos or even Drive Club for the PlayStation 4. But regardless, it brings a certain technicality that I don't usually experience, so it's a cool change of pace, and it gives me a bit of an appreciation for the number of cars. It's not Tokyo Drift here. I don't usually experience, so it's a cool change of pace. See, I'm definitely losing the car from under me very easily, because I just don't drive these very often. That's my excuse. Easy does it. See, I'm definitely losing the car. Easy does it. Easy does it. That's my excuse. Easy does it. See, now I feel like I have the shifter on my left side here just to sort of simulate that manual feel, but unfortunately I don't have that. I don't have that set up. I'm not that good yet. See, now if I could get the shifter on my left side here, just so here, shift down, shift down. Oh, I am. Unfortunately, I don't have that. I don't have that set up. I'm not that good yet. Oh, I see my gearbox right there. I should probably pay attention to that. And it looks like also there's things like fuel consideration and wear and tires, those sort of elements to, especially when you get into a lot of the longer races. Oh, I see my gearbox. Like, I think they have a Monaco track in this. Don't quote me on that, but I think they have a Monaco track. But you have some serious races, which I would say, unlike Gran Turismo, where, while yeah, there are a lot of realistic tracks, but it's not so much a celebration of other real circuits and things. At least from what I found when I played it before, and that's with playing probably the first quarter of Gran Turismo 6 and playing a lot of Gran Turismo 2, so it's a bit of a spread there, but that's what I've noticed anyway with the track selection and car selection. It's a much more casual experience for appreciation of cars and tracks compared to these games and even like iRacing and things like that. It's a much more casual experience for appreciation of cars and tracks compared to these games and even like iRacing and things like that. I'll get 19th. I think I'll get 19th. So you can see again, you got little seat belts there. You got me, dials, scores. Where did I end up? I got 9th. I got 9th. Did I get 9th? Or did I get disqualified? So you can see again, you got
I only see my name on there.
You got me, dials.
Oh, I have to scroll down. That's right, 'cause I got 19th. That's right. So I'd have to probably take over the mouse.
So I see my name on there. You got me.
There I am, Robot House.
Or scroll down.
Yeah, not too good, not too good, but still pretty fun nevertheless. You know, you can get if we get rid of this view of the session results, you can see the dials. You can see. If you look pretty close in there, I don't know if it's going to catch you with my, because I got the sensors a little too close to the desk, but you can see, I'm trying to look at here, is the actual odometer there, and how it's increasing in real time. So I got 10.7, 10.8. You have a lot of cool details in the dash of the cars, and so when it's really kicked up to an optimal setting for performance, and ideally have the sensors back a little bit further away from the headset to get a lot more accurate tracking. You can really have a cool immersive experience with Project Cars. So it's pretty neat. It's pretty neat. And ideally have the sensors back a little bit further from the headset to get a lot more accurate tracking. Those menus weren't so good. You can really have a cool immersive experience. See if you have any comments and questions so far. It's pretty neat. It's pretty neat. And ideally have the sensors back a little bit further from the headset. And we don't have a whole lot right now, but that's okay. That's okay. So good. Comments and questions so far. What's kind of interesting too is when I'm out of the Project Cars view and it's like the menus, my mouse cursor is still locked to the headset, so I'm actually moving the cursor around right now with my headset here. That's kind of neat. Let's see here. What else do we got for Project Cars? I want to do at least one more race here before I call it for this particular game. Headset here. Let's go to. Let's see here. What else? I might switch back to. So that's one interesting feature of this. I'm trying to manage multiple windows in my system right now, but if I am not having Project Cars as my active window, I lose all mouse control on the actual application. So that's one interesting. Which kind of makes sense. I wish there was a little bit better integration with the headset and the menus, but I guess I don't quite get all that. Free practice. Let's check out the free practice. Which kind of makes sense. Let's get a car here, right? Something fast. But I guess let's go with this W Sports. That's kind of tempting there. Oh, okay. We'll do that. What tracks we got? Can we get like a speedway or something? We got a super speedway or something. There's Le Mans. Oh, they have Le Mans. Oh, that's glorious. We'll do that. We can do a 24-hour race, everybody. That would be totally exhausting. There's Le Mans. Oh, they have Le Mans. They got some rally tracks there. That's glorious. Let's see. We can do a 24-hour race. See if we got any like. That would be totally exhausting. Like almost looking for like a NASCAR, speedway, super speedway sort of thing. Right. Some rally tracks there. If I don't have it, I'll just pick something else and see how it goes. Some turns and stuff. Super speedway sort of thing. Right. Short speedway, GP. See how it goes. Watkins. You know what? We want something with a little more graphic stuff going on, right? This is a race. Let's try this. Sure. UK. You know what? We want something with a little more stuff going on, right? This is a race. Check out the best videos and images from the community over on YouTube and Flickr. Sure. So UK. Have that. Huh? That's pretty cool. And we're just going to drive, right? This is free practice. Over on YouTube and Flickr. So you can have that. Oh, man, that's pretty cool. And we're on pits. Alright. Whoa. Holy crap. Holy Toledo. Dude, that thing just wanted to rip me apart for just coming out so fast. I could feel him wheel out. Oh. Oh, crap. Dude, that thing just wanted to rip me apart for just coming out so fast. I could feel him wheel out. Oh, crap. Yeah, I mean, you can hear the gearbox just ripping itself apart. Oh, my goodness. So you definitely get a good feel of speed in this.
Gearbox just ripping itself apart. Oh my goodness.
Oh. I also turned down some of the settings on the wheels, so this isn't as intense as you can have it. So it's acting a little mild right now. I want to do grandma speed on this. I am not familiar with the track, and I'm not familiar with this car. Oh, if I do this fast. Woo! I am not familiar with the track, and I'm not familiar with this car. Oh, if I do this fast. But this ain't my car because I feel super bad for how I'm treating it right now. But this ain't my car because I feel super bad for how I'm treating it right now. Woo-wee. Okay, fast can we take this guy? Oh! Fast can we take this guy? Also, the pedals feel really good in this. I have a nice analog control over them, so I can, let my foot a little bit off the gas and go out as much as I want or as little as I want. Also, the pedals feel really good in this. I have a nice analog control over them, so I can, let my foot a little bit off the gas and go out as much as I want or as little as I want. Alright. Oh, I've got a little grass rendering underneath the car. That's cute. Alright. Well, I'm going to exit out of this for now. Yeah, we got a couple laps in there, I think. Alright. Track. Definitely need more practice, but on the whole, I wanted to, mostly with this test, I wanted to see how did Project Cars perform while streaming, which looks like some improvements are needed overall. I think just pop this off. Mostly with this test, I wanted to see how did Project Cars can actually get some mouse control back. Streaming, which looks like alright. So yeah, overall looks like Project Cars definitely is a work in progress for me setting up a proper stream for it. I'm probably gonna need to bump down some of the settings a little bit, but on the whole, it still runs at least. So I can say that. Definitely is a work in progress for and yeah, so probably not going to do Project Cars. I mean, I probably wasn't going to do Project Cars and maybe other VR stuff for the February weekend, but definitely for yeah. So for later on, I want to pick this back up. So from there, I'm going to call it for now, and we'll see you next time on another stream. So take care, guys. Thanks for watching and all that good stuff. Now let's see if I can I'm going to call it for now, and we'll see you next time on another stream. So take care, guys. Thanks for watching and all that. Let's do this. We'll see you next time on another stream. So take care, guys. Thanks for watching and all that. Let's do this.